I'll stay out here. Bad enough that I'm in this house at all.
Well?
Well, what?
You're the one who knocked, you tell me.
Are you the doctor?
No.
Can I see the doctor?
No.
Why not?
No more appointments today. Emergency care only.
How do you know this isn't an emergency?
You look okay to me, medically speaking.
I desperately need to find one of the doctor's patients. Her name is Lena.
Nope. Nuh-uh. Ever heard of a little thing called doctor-patient privilege?
Yes, but...
But nothing. Lena's file is just as confidential as anybody else's. Now beat it!
So this is Lena's doctor. I need to figure out a way in there to get that file.
What?
Out of curiosity, what does the doctor look like?
Out of curiosity, what do you care?
I might have seen him recently, but I wanted to make sure.
Learn to live with uncertainty. Goodbye now. Give it a rest already!
What's an example of a medical emergency the doctor would treat right now?
You want an example, young man? An example? Fine. Earlier this evening, Dr. Morgan had to pronounce a poor man dead on arrival. Lost control of his car, crashed, and flew through the windshield. Fellow looked like a meat pretzel.
Oh no.
See, now that's an emergency. Well, that and the shroom gulpers.
Did I hear you say something about shroom gulpers?
Damn shroom gulpers, bane of the whole town.
What are they?
What's it sound like? They're idiots who gulp mushrooms to feel, I don't know, goofy. Most of the time they just sit there and giggle. But sometimes they start thinking they're something crazy, like a banana. Then Dr. Morgan needs to sedate them before they start peeling themselves.
Ew.
Now be on your way. And for everybody's sake, don't gulp any mushrooms. What?
Listen to me. Lena's in serious danger. I need to talk to her.
Would you give it a rest? Lena's in the safest place in town. For someone in her condition.
Where's that?
Somewhere a lunkhead like you can't bother her.
Tastefully understated. The swords are real. Dangerous decoration choice. Ah, the swords are really stuck on there. Wow, way out of my tax bracket. What's with the terrified expression? Was it hit by a car? Some targets are set up out there. Is it supposed to be waving? Swearing on a Bible, maybe? If I know rich people, they're probably discussing how best to use their wealth to help the less fortunate.
Could you please smoke that outside, Beaumont? I swear I could smell it from across the room.
Doubt that would help, Skeffington. With that beak, you could smell this cigar from across the continent. Yes, indeed.
I will have you know that its size has minimal bearing on its capability.
Ha! Did you get your wife to believe that?
I fail to see how Paul remains the president of this institution. When's the last time he even went on a hunt?
You have somebody else in mind?
Well, since you ask...
You? Ha! Please, I'd sooner vote for the bear. Besides, it's Gordon who really runs this ship. Paul's got Gordon's respect, and Gordon's got mine.
They seem reasonably well-adjusted compared to everyone else in here anyway.
Why must you drag me here, Herbert? It reeks of bourbon and old leather, and it's decorated with nothing but wretched animal carcasses.
I know it isn't exactly our scene, Edna dear, but we would benefit greatly by finding ourselves in the good graces of Mr. Frey. There's much more to this hunting club than the hunting.
There'd better be. I'll be airing out this dress for months. Herbert, if we're here to schmooze with Paul Frey, why aren't we schmoozing with Paul Frey?
You can't force this sort of thing, Edna. You have to just let it happen. Whenever Mr. Frey decides to mingle, we will be here, and fate will do the rest.
I hope you know you sound ridiculous right now.
They look irritatingly satisfied with themselves. Good evening, gentlemen.
Ah, a newcomer. Your name?
Harvey Green. I was considering joining the club.
Wonderful! Then you must have been duly impressed by our collection of heads.
Very much so, but I couldn't help but notice that one of the mounts is empty.
Well spotted, Mr. Green.
Indeed, we as a society have yet to claim a trophy of that most dangerous game.
You mean jaguars? I've heard they're quite cunning.
A reputation that is woefully undeserved.
Tigers?
Alas, tigers began to bore us some years ago. They've run their course.
Then what?
Why, the only animal capable of reason, naturally.
What? No animal is capable of reason. Unless you mean... Wait, no! Please!
Ha! Bagged another one, Richard.
What the hell?
Oh, just a touch of fun, Mr. Green. What sort of club would we be if we didn't haze the prospective members? Please, enjoy the drinks and conversation.
And be sure to speak to Gordon if you wish to apply.
Bet this wine is older than I am. Ready to take flight. Or it would be if it weren't dead. Looks like I've caught someone's attention.
Welcome, sir. My name is Gordon.
I'm Harvey Green.
What brings you here this evening?
This is the hunting club, right? I was hoping to join.
Ah, well, rather luckily, we happen to have a...
Who do we have here, Gordon?
Harvey Green. He's interested in joining the club. Harvey, this is club president Paul Frey.
The author?
Regrettably, Mr. Green, we have 0 vacancies. I wish you a pleasant night.
It sounded like Gordon here was about to tell me there is a vacancy.
Yes, indeed, we're in the process of...
Gordon was mistaken. We certainly have no availability for bedraggled drifters.
What? I'm not a drifter. I'm a writer, like you.
Adorable. Write all you like, Mr. Green. You are nothing like me. This is an exclusive hunting club, not a charity. Now leave before I need to ventilate my foyer.
Wow, I hate that guy. Reward for information leading to the capture of Vinny the Hat DeLuca. What kind of nickname is the Hat? He's not even wearing a hat. It's propped. Oh, hey there, little fella. Where are you off to? Welcome to Villa Ventana, your window to a better life. Window? I feel like a door would be more helpful. Whoa! What the hell was that? I can barely see 3 feet ahead of me. If I'm going in there, I'll need some light.
Best get back to your hotel, Mr. Hugo. This is a strange evening.
That's a handsome vehicle.
Nearly.
Old Mariner Cigar Store. At what point did this become the universal symbol for a barber? A run-of-the-mill public telephone. They're Little Rider brand child amusers. They have a little bit of everything in there. It tells your fortune based on how much you weigh. The wheels are missing and it's covered in rust. Willis the Knife Halloway, wanted for embezzlement and racketeering. Huh, kinda expected something involving a knife.
Mr. Green.
Sheriff, funny running into you here.
Yes. What are the odds I'd be at the police station? Step up to the window, please.
You're looking well. Armed.
Why are you here? Did you have something you wanted to tell me?
Tell you? Like what?
Like the real reason you're in town? Or the real reason you were inside Oswaldo's house? Just examples, really.
No, Sheriff, I told you the truth. There's nothing else to tell. I'm just here doing research for my novel. Figured there might be a prisoner or two with an interesting story.
Is that right? Well, I doubt you'll get much interesting out of Mortimer over there, but I won't stop you. Make it quick. Public hours are over soon.
Understood, Sheriff. Genuine police handcuffs. Neat.
Touch those and you'll be wearing them.
Why leave handcuffs out here where people can take them?
Most people in this town have the sense to understand what happens if they do take them. I hope you count yourself among them, Mr. Green.
Well, that's just about as menacing as it gets. Guess it keeps this place warm in the winter. What is this, a spittoon? I'm not looking any closer, just in case. I probably shouldn't. These probably hold the personal items for any prisoners. They're lockers, so pretty confident they're locked. He looks like he's been awake for days. You're Mortimer, yeah? What happened to you?
Oh, bad trip. Or maybe a really good one. I can't really remember.
And now the sheriff's got you locked in here until it wears off.
Hopefully that's all. He seemed angrier than usual. I think I did something this time, maybe.
There's no way you totally forgot what happened.
You'd be surprised. Those mushrooms pack a punch. But when they punch you the right way, man, let's just say the Watambu were onto something.
You're this messed up from some mushrooms?
Oh, those aren't some mushrooms. Best mushrooms in the world out in that forest. But sometimes they get a mind of their own. And then you end up losing yours.
Did you say Watambu? What's that?
People who lived here a long time ago. They're the ones who figured out about the mushrooms.
Do you know anything else about them?
Did I already say they lived here a long time ago?
Yes.
Well, that's all I got.
You gotta remember something. Where were you when you came to?
Dr. Morgan's office, same as usual. He said I was licking the window of the candy store screaming that it needed more nougat. And then the sheriff came in and started asking me questions about some green thing.
The sheriff asked you about a green thing? What green thing?
I don't know. The doctor said I was holding it when he collected me. I didn't get a good look because I was so out of it. Oh no. The sheriff must think I stole it. What if I did steal it?
Where's the green thing now?
If the sheriff hasn't figured out who it belongs to, he probably put it with the rest of my stuff.
And where's that?
In one of the lockers over there, probably.
Feel better.
You're trying my patience, Mr. Green.
Don't mind me, Sheriff. Just out for a walk.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you head on back to your hotel now?
He's tinkering away on something. Hard to tell what. It's a radio. Judging by the antenna, it's a seriously powerful radio. That thing could probably pick up signals from space. Lovely evening.
Peaceful, too. For now.
Expecting a war later?
Expecting anything. Colin Faraday, Neighborhood Watch.
Harvey Green. Books. What does the Neighborhood watch out for?
Suspicious activity, along with suspicious inactivity.
Wait, so how much activity isn't suspicious?
Why do you ask? Seems suspicious.
How many people are in the watch?
5, if you count my wife.
And?
And my 8-month-old son. And my dog.
Uh-huh. Does the Neighborhood Watch work with the police?
The police? Please, you think the sheriff keeps the peace around here?
Yes?
The safety of the public is best secured by the public itself. More specifically, by me, Colin Faraday.
Quite the radio you have back there.
Appreciate it.
Isn't the roof antenna a bit overkill?
Absolutely not. It's for the watch, used only in the most dire of emergencies, tuned to our secure frequency.
Oh, which frequency's that?
Did you miss the secure part, compadre?
Mind if I borrow some gas? Just enough for my lamp here.
Sorry, can't spare a drop.
You can't spare a drop? You planning to mow every lawn in town?
Lawnmower's a ruse. This gas belongs to the Neighborhood Watch emergency reserves. Can't be too careful.
Quite the...
Appreciate it.
Isn't the roof antenna...
Absolutely not. Tuned to our secure...
Oh, which frequency's that?
Did you miss the secure part, compadre? Don't let your guard down.
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. Little Italy pizza and Italian cuisine. Can't go wrong with pizza. I think I hear something rustling around up there.
Get it off! Get it off! Ah!
I'll admit, that one's on me. Country Garden Plant Nursery. Remnants of a meteorite that landed approximately 30 kilometers southwest of Villa Ventana. Remnants of another meteorite that landed approximately 30 kilometers southwest of Villa Ventana. The astrolabe was used for centuries to identify stars and planets in the night sky. Is this really how close the planets are to each other?
Oh, dear me, no. But we only had so much rectangle to work with.
They're painted with an impressive amount of detail.
Thank you. I find myself with an impressive amount of free time.
The armillary sphere was used to model the movement of the heavens relative to Earth. Complicated astronomy gadgets. I probably shouldn't touch anything.
That's correct.
There's a big sign hanging across it that says no. These compasses are all pointing in different directions. Are they broken? The display case certainly is. Nobody would miss one old broken compass. There's plenty more in there, and I could see this being useful. Ventana Peak is known the world over for the unique rock formation at its summit, an arched opening that locals fittingly called the Window. Scholars continue to debate whether the window is the result of natural erosion or the deliberate work of an ancient civilization. Yep, that's a mountain. There's an interesting-looking rock right at the top. It's bolted onto the base. I can't smuggle the whole thing out of here. I'll borrow this for a while. Don't imagine anyone else showing up to use it. She's painting a little ball, probably to go with these other ones.
Welcome, fellow galactic traveler.
Hi. Why are you calling me a galactic traveler?
Why, because you are. All of us are, hurtling audaciously through the Milky Way aboard our great spherical vessel.
I feel pretty stationary.
An illusion. The speeds of Earth's orbit and rotation hold so miraculously constant that we feel nothing. Well, just have a look around. I'm sure you'll pick up a factoid or two.
Why does this town have an observatory?
Villa Ventana's high hilltops make it stellar for stellar observation. Regrettably, Villa Gaviota's substantially higher hilltops make it even more stellar. And it's 30 minutes up the road. All of which is to say, we don't get many visitors. So, welcome!
So is there a telescope I can look through?
Sadly, our research telescope is off-limits to guests. However, we have set up a spyglass at the rear window.
What's the difference between a spyglass and a telescope?
A spyglass is weaker, better suited for terrestrial observation of distant objects and landmarks. You'll find it provides a striking view of Ventana Peak.
I'm a little rusty on my planets. Could you refresh my memory?
Certainly. Over on the left there, you'll see the sun, which is our star. Then we have our 4 smaller planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, of course, and Mars. Then we have the much larger cohort of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Thank you. That brought it all rushing back.
Anytime.
Are you an astronomer?
Would you enjoy the hokey answer where I say that every human who looks up at the night sky is an astronomer?
Not really.
Then, yes, I am an astronomer.
So, anything new in space?
The community is abuzz with excitement over the recent discovery of a 9th supposed planet. Pluto, they're calling it.
What do you mean, supposed planet?
It feels hasty to classify it as such. If the reports are true, it's even smaller than the moon. The moon! Plus, now I'm stuck here painting a Pluto to add to our educational display.
If you don't think Pluto deserves to be in the planet display, don't add it.
But the larger community has reached consensus.
Is that what Copernicus said when he figured out the sun revolves around the Earth?
Earth around the sun.
Whatever.
The thing is, Copernicus was disputing a fundamental understanding of the cosmos. This is like arguing about whether a particular shirt is a small or a large.
Yes, but what happens when you wear a large shirt when you're supposed to wear a small?
Oh my god. You look ridiculous. You're right, I have to take a stand. Here, take my Pluto before I overthink this.
Yes, stay strong for science. It's a partially painted model of Pluto in a pot. It definitely works as advertised. I can see pretty far with it. It doesn't adjust as I rotate it. It's definitely broken. An oil lamp, minus the oil.